we might have a little break in the action, so I'd bring up trainer Austin Gustafson. Austin is one of our leading trainers in Texas, and Austin, did I get this right? You won in 2021. You won 100 races, and your horses won more than 2 million in purses. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so there he's smiling. So what I thought I'd do is maybe ask Austin a few questions about what goes into training a horse, like in the morning. I guess I'm a little loud here. So what do we got to do? My sound engineer is. Okay. So what a typical morning is at the Gustafson stable barn?
What we start first thing in the morning. Everybody goes through and make sure all the horses made it through the night, standing up, doing well. They go through. They feed them all a little breakfast, like 4:30 in the morning. Basically, when everybody starts, it's just like a half a scoop of grain, not a lot. Then the grooms go in the stalls, they clean the stalls, they check their legs, they make sure they ate and drank water normally. The track opens this time of year around 7. This summer it's going to start opening around 6 a.m. Horses train 5 or 6 days a week. They'll saddle the horses up. We send them to the track. They'll train, they drink water as soon as they're finished, put them back in their stall, put poultice or liniment on the legs, and we feed lunch around 10:30 or 11. And then we come back in the afternoon. That's when they get the biggest meal in the evening. After that, it depends, if we have races that evening, things like that. So.
Okay, so it's a busy time. And how many employees do you have here, Austin?
Right now we have 42 horses, and I have 14 employees.
Okay. And then what about the exercise riders? Do you have how many exercise riders, and how often do the jockeys actually get on the horses?
I actually have 4 exercise riders, but 2 of them are licensed jockeys. So we have that, that's beneficial whenever we have workers, which is like a practice race in the morning time. We have the jockeys. I don't really have to call anybody. We've already got them there every morning. So then they'll work the horses for me, and they actually listen. Unlike sometimes when you call the riders to come ride them, they do what they want. So that helps.
Yeah, I've been through that. I think we mentioned that CJ Thoroughbreds manages quite a few horses, and even the trainers will say sometimes, if a jockey's in the Hall of Fame, he's not listening to your instructions at all. And so many times, if you get a top rider from here, they just kind of do what they want with horses. So it is nice to have those guys that listen.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Austin? Yeah, Britt?
So Austin, can you give the group an idea of what the cost of training is and what's covered in that cost?
Okay, the question is, what is the cost of training? Let's just do it on a daily basis, maybe.
Sure. So my cost is $80. I'd say that that's probably middle of the road. I think that it's anywhere from 70 to 100, especially here in Texas. My cost covers labor, feed, bedding, hay, almost everything. The only thing that's outside of the daily rate is going to be your vet bill, the shoeing, and the pony to the gate, which is $25. Okay. So I think that the average cost to own a horse is around $2,500 to $2,800 a month, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's look at a monthly basis. What's a vet bill going to average without anything extraordinary?
So if there's not any races, it's going to be under $100. If they have a race, it's probably going to be $300, $400. If the horse is having any sort of issues where we have to treat it for mucus or anything other outside, that would be different, but less than $500 a month.
Okay. And what's it cost for a new pair of shoes?
Shoes are $160.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those guys, it's a lot of money, but those farriers, I still don't know how they do it. They're tough.